Hey y'all! Sorry for the late upload yesterday. I got really caught up. I filmed the video early in the day and then I got really caught up with like a bunch of stuff for our movie night and all the stuff. I was making pancakes, and so there's just a whole mess of things that I got into that were just like crazy, and I completely forgot about it, and I was like in the middle of cleaning up, and then I was like, oh my god, I have to go upload my video. So I like went upstairs, brushed my teeth, and like plugged in my phone to upload the video. So that was fun. Yeah, so I'm just here. It's Sunday. Didn't really do much today. I took a nap. I read some Bible verses. I got my Bible out and read some Bible verses because I was feeling religious, but the nearest church is 30 minutes away, which is a $45 Uber, and I can't afford that every week, so I haven't been going to church this summer as much as I would like, and though I would, like to go to church, I go when I'm home, but not really when I'm at school, which is a bummer. I go during the school year. We have service every Sunday, but I just do not get to go here. So I was feeling kind of religious, so I picked up my Bible and read some Bible verses today. Yeah, that's about all I did. I'm just kind of hanging out, not doing a whole ton. So yeah, what I wanted to talk a little bit about today are some things I learned during my freshman year that you don't really learn from books. So I will start with the thing that I start with every morning, which is I suggest every morning that you wake up and the first thing you do is you make your bed. I watched a video, I think it was a commencement speaker from West Point who talked about this thing. And it's that if you don't accomplish anything else, if you have a really bad day and everything else is going wrong, at the very least you come home to a made bed and you've accomplished one task in your day, and that was to make your bed, and you can go to bed saying, well, at the very least I did one thing. And if that one thing for you is not making your bed, just do one thing every day, make it consistent so that every time you go to bed at night you can say, well, at least I did this, even if you have a really bad day and everything else goes wrong. That is how I start my morning every morning, even though my bed is 1,000 feet off the ground and kind of hard to make. Yeah. So that is the first thing that I started doing my freshman year and that I have not stopped doing, and it actually encouraged my sophomore year roommate to also make her bed every morning. I don't know if she's going to continue that now that we do not live together, but she did all throughout our sophomore year make her bed every single morning because I made mine, so we both made our beds. The second thing that I would like to say is along a similar vein, which is clean your room in the way that works for you. For me, it is definitely a sign of mental health and mental goodness. To have a clean room is to be of a very sound and calm mind. My room gets messy when I get anxious and frustrated. And there are certain aspects of my room that are not clean. For example, my desk is not always clean. It just kind of gets messy because I have a ton of books and a ton of different classes that I take, and so my desk gets cluttered, but I always do my best to clean it once a week, try and clean it anyway, and I vacuum once a week, and I clean my sink and my mirror once a week, so keep a clean room. When I was in high school I didn't, and it was definitely a reflection of how I thought of myself. I thought I didn't deserve to live in a clean space because, who else is going to come and see my room? Well, no one, but you deserve to have a clean room. You deserve to have a made bed. You deserve it. So clean your room. Keep it neat to the way that you keep it neat. Another thing that I learned my freshman year is that however much you like your roommate, and however well you get along, there'll be one thing that they do that boggles your mind and that kind of makes you a little bit irked. And it's normally something that they do that, like, is completely a normal thing to do, but for some reason it just drives you up the wall. And so you just kind of have to learn to deal with like a little bit of weird quirks, because every person has their quirks. I'm sure I do things, actually, no, I know I do things that to other people are probably the weirdest and most annoying things on the planet. AKA I get up at 6 a.m. every day. Who does that when they're 20 years old? No one. No one wants to get up at 6 a.m. every day except for me. So I'm sure that annoyed the crap out of both of my roommates. So there will be, everything will be fine except for like one thing, and you're gonna be like, I love this girl, but why does she do this? And yeah, and it'll just get on your nerves, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you just kind of have to learn to deal with it. For one of my roommates, it was like what time she chose to watch TV. It was like always when I was right about to go to bed, and I would feel bad because it's just her rewind, her downtime. And she was just watching TV, and the blue light, it would make it really hard for me to sleep. But like, you can't tell someone go out in the hallway to watch TV because I'm trying to go to bed. That's rude. So it's like things like that, where it's like little things that they don't do that are wrong, but like that get on your nerves. And no matter how friendly you are with your roommate, that will happen. It just does. It's the stress of living together. And once you don't live with them, that thing that they do will no longer annoy you. And you'll be like, oh, what a thing that they do. And it's like, fine. This is a normal thing. That like, when you live with someone, they'll do something, no matter who they are or what it is, that will like just be the thing that like gets on your nerves for some reason. And that doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person for getting annoyed by it. It's just a thing of living with another person. Yeah, and another thing, grades are way less important in college. Yes, to a degree, you want to get good grades so that you can get into a good grad school program or a good, job afterwards, but like the chances that you're putting your GPA on your resume when you leave are lower than you think they are, because not every job wants to know what your GPA was when you left college. And the difference between a B+ and your mental health and an A and insanity is sometimes worth going for the B+. Sometimes it just is. Sometimes for the sake of your mental health, you have to be okay with being like, I'm going to bed tonight, and I'm not going to study the extra 3 hours for this calculus exam, and I know I'm not going to do as well on it, but it's going to be fine, and it will be fine, because grades are way less important now that you're in college. They still matter. I'm not saying you can just like party every weekend and just be like, fuck it, I'm going to get whatever grade I get. Like, no. But at the same time, they're not that important. They're not going to kill you. The way, like, it's not going to make or break what grad school program you get into the way it makes and breaks what college you get into. It's just not. So don't stress so much about them. Freshman year, I took a particularly difficult econ test, and I remembered something wrong when I was doing the test, and then I remembered it right when I was about to go to bed, and I realized it, and I freaked out, and I was like, I'm gonna get these whole 2 giant problem sets wrong, and this whole thing's gonna be wrong, and he's gonna think I'm an idiot, and my professor's gonna hate me, and all this stuff, and I freaked out about it, and I called my dad, who was in California at the time, and he was like, it's fine, you're gonna get whatever grade you get, and it's gonna be fine. And look at me, I'm still alive. I didn't do so hot on that test, but I'm still here. I'm still kicking. And I did okay in econ too. It wasn't the best grade I've gotten, but it wasn't the worst grade. So it's like, it'll be okay. Grades don't matter that much. And everybody says this, but like, sign up for something. Whether that be, we have a beekeeping club, or, musical theater, or a cappella, or, I don't even know, like a club sport. do something your freshman year, because that's where you meet your people and your friends. And make sure it's something you like. Don't just sign up for 70 activities and go to all of them and try and do all of them, because it's not all going to be the stuff that you like. It's just not. And that's not how you find your people. You find your people by signing up for something that you're really interested in, that you've always wanted to try, that maybe you didn't have in high school, or that you did have in high school and you want to continue doing it. And then you do it and you love it and you meet your people, and those are your people for life. I'm thinking specifically, I am in an a cappella group and I love my people. I love my gals. They're my best friends on this campus. They are the best thing that happened to me, and I'm so glad that I chose to do that. And you can find those people and those friends too. It's just a matter of signing up for something that you are interested in and sticking with it and doing it and finding those people and those friends. So that is probably my biggest piece of advice, besides keep your room clean, because you never know who's gonna come over. You're going to want to have a clean room, just in case. Yeah, so those are some tidbits of advice that I learned my freshman year that I didn't necessarily learn through school. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear more of my tips for surviving college, because I have many more. Those are just some of them. But something to talk about. So those are some tips for surviving freshman year and into the years beyond. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow after a half day of research and a full day of working. Half day at the post office, a full day of half day of research, a full day of work. All right, bye guys, see you tomorrow.